welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I don't look like a reporter channel. In today's video, we're going to be speaking specifically about our Mediterranean cruise and specifically about the Marrella Discovery 2 ship. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share with your family and friends, and hopefully the information is going to help you guys in the future.
And just to let you know as well that it was our first time going on a cruise. So if you say something that probably is not true, or
maybe we got confused.
Yeah. It's just our first perspective of what we saw or what we experienced, okay? So the first thing was the booking was pretty quick. Was from TUI, actually. So we went to the store. So we went to the store and then we were just asking questions about the Mediterranean, about the cruise in general. And then it was the cheapest one to go to the Mediterranean, countries. And then we just booked from there. So we reserved the trip. We reserved the trip first, and then we made the second payment after 3 months, and then we made the last payment after 3 months. So basically, these 3 payments is mandatory on the dates that they give to you. You can extend for a few weeks, but they are mandatory for you to make sure you go on this trip. Some people, they may ask, if you are not able to pay, is it refundable? I don't think it's refundable, but of course, don't quote me on that. Just double check with TUI, and then they'll probably give you more information on that.
So just to emphasize, we booked it in store, not online.
Yeah.
So each time Marcelo had any questions, he will get in contact with the agent,
the
same guy that we spoke to in November. So from November up till May, you were in contact with that guy. And if he wasn't in, then there will be a colleague that would take the call. But we would speak to him specifically. And that was really nice because we weren't getting different types of information.
And then after you book, so the second thing you need to do is travel insurance. If you're watching now, probably you have like travel insurance through the bank. I believe we probably pay a month, but we didn't have, so we had to pay for that. That's mandatory as well. So because I didn't have travel insurance, I just did with them. It was £30 each per person, so like £60 altogether. And then they ask a couple of questions, if you have this sickness, if you have that sickness and that sickness, so it takes only like 15 minutes for the questions. So again, you don't have to do it with TUI, but you can do it with different companies. Sometimes banks, they do it. And they told me that they would ask on the cruise, but they didn't ask us. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it. So just make sure you get it done, because if probably something happened to you, for example, on the cruise, you are able to like call the for assistance, because they have like doctors there that can look after you. So just make sure you get your travel insurance. Anything else?
I booked nothing. It's really down to you.
The day of the trip was literally very smooth. We had the app, so you had to download the TUI app. So that's where you do also your check-in. So in our case, we didn't do the check-in because the app wasn't working. But when we got to the airport, it was literally pretty smooth. We just gave our passport, they gave us the boarding ticket, and off we go. You get 20 kg each and also 10 kg each, it was really good, really nice, to be honest. So you could just take whatever you want, or you could bring whatever you want.
And then when we arrive in Mallorca, because that's where because of our itinerary started in Mallorca, so from Manchester to Mallorca, that was our flight route. It was also very easy to go and find transfer. They have like a section, like when you leave the terminal straight away, there is a representative that shows you which direction to walk, and then you get on the coach. So we decided to do checked in, so we checked our baggages. We waited for the baggages to come, which was a nightmare. Nothing to do with TUI, it's just the airport itself, the luggage handling company. It was just very long, but anyways, apart from that, then you go to the coach. There are several coaches. Just make sure you communicate with the people there because there are different trips going on at the same time. We put our stuff in the coach. They took us straight to the port. You go through this check-in process where they give you your room card. You have one card per person with everyone's. Actually, I have the room card there, but it has my details. It's not necessary. And they give you the card, which is for you to open your room, but it's also what you need to scan when you're leaving to go out on a port. So like if you go to France or if you go to blah blah blah, you leave the ship, they scan it. So I think it's a way of them seeing who's on board and who's not. So when you arrive there, you don't take out your luggages from the coaches. They do that for you, because they actually take your suitcases in front of your room, which I was like, oh, this is nice.
So a lot of people we've been watching videos just like you're doing now, speaking about the rooms that is very tiny and so on and so forth. I completely understand with the perspective of people that have been traveling, like doing cruises like all the time. For us, it was actually good, to be honest. I wouldn't say is very spacious for like kids, if you have kids, but just for both of us, I think it was pretty spacious. The bed was comfortable, and then you had a lot like facilities like the TV. You had the air conditioning as well. That's always on. It was always on. You can't switch that off.
Yeah, I don't think you're allowed to switch it off because there's no windows, no ventilation, so it needs to be on.
Yeah, so the toilet was very well looked after, so very clean. They had hot water, and then what do they have as well? A mini wardrobe, if I can put it that way.
Yeah, they have in the rooms. You had they had a plug for your hair. They had hair dryer. They also had a lot of drawers.
Yeah,
a lot of drawers. Yeah. For me, that's a lot of drawers for the space that we had. They have a small sofa. They have the bed. And they have the ports where you can charge your stuff by the bed, USB, and a lot of lights as well.
Yeah,
a lot of lights, like you can switch the light there, switch the light there, switch the light there. It's a lot of stuff. And they have a jar where you can refill your water. And at the end of each corridor, there's always like a water fountain where you can refill your water during the night, so that you don't have to go elsewhere. They're usually close by.
And then there was no noise, to be honest. We had like cabins next to us. There was no noise whatsoever. And then about the ship itself, the cruise ship, we saw different cruises there, which they had like bigger ship than ours. But I preferred ours because when it's smaller, you can literally go everywhere. You don't need to like spend hours and hours probably to go from one place to another. I think it was pretty easy.
My face is very serious. I don't know why. It's because I'm listening to go.
Yeah, they had, if I'm not mistaken, there was 10 decks.
Was it 10?
10, 12?
I think it's 11. And the climbing frame.
Oh, yeah.
There's a frame where you can climb. You can only climb when the weather is good. And usually I think when the boat stopped. But I might be chatting rubbish in regards to that. Golfing space where you can play. You can do your golfing there. And then when you go to the 9th floor, that's where you find the indoor swimming pool, the outdoor swimming pool, the snack shack, which is where you can get snacks, your burgers, your fries, your hot dog. That's actually the deck or the restaurant that is open until 1 a.m. Restaurants kind of alternate. Not all of them are open at the same time. Yeah. But that is only there because they also know that if we close this one, in the next 30 minutes, the other one's going to open because there may be people that missed out on that one. In the same deck, you will also find the spa and the gym. Everything there, majority, if I'm not mistaken, is extra cost. You do have to pay unless your package includes all of that already for the spa. The gym is free for you to use, but if they're doing like extra activities and classes, then you do. You then cross over to another side of the ship. There's other venues there as well. That's also where we went for the silent karaoke. they also have a library. They have a gaming area. There's a kids
Kids
area,
section, yeah, kids section.
and there's a teen and youth area. So the teen and youth area, which is from, I forgot what age, until 17, and they have PlayStations, they have like bean bags, and they have like coffee. They have a coffee shop, which is a bit more chilled. You know, you want to read your book, you want to play your games, you just stay right there. They do have like restaurants. I think it's two others. One that is like fine dining. The other one is the snack. No, it's not snack shack. The steak.
Yeah, something steak.
Steak something.
Yeah.
And I think some of them you have to book in advance so that you can
pay for it.
And you pay for it as well. I think the 47 is the one which is fine dining. You said it's free for us, but we had to book in advance.
Yeah.
But there was that. Am I missing anything else?
And then you go for the atrium.
Yes, you have the atrium where they have the...
So yeah, so it's just a place where you can just stay there. There's always live music, someone playing piano or guitar. So you're just there to chill.
Next to it, there's also another entertainment venue. But above, on the second floor, there is where you find the shopping area where they have like little shops where if you want to buy clothes, perfume, jewelry. I think it's called the Highway or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they have the travel receptionist, which of course you go there if you have anything to do with your room, but also if you're trying to book excursions for when you arrive at your destination or your next stop, you can go there as well. And they have also like these screens where you can click around to try and kind of like find options and search what's available. They have screens, you know, them guide screens. Yeah. You also have the theatre where they have the Broadway shows. They also have, what else? They have so many things.
If you go, you'll be able to see. This is just the basics. The staff were literally from different countries, and they were very, very lovely.
It's the best customer service I have ever received.
Me too.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's not because we go to places that people are rude, but you see a genuine want to help and like be friendly. Like the ship overall, I have no complaints. Can I just say the toilets, like not even just the ones in our room, like never mind when they come to clean, they come to clean. They even do animals with towels, you know. That's amazing. But just the toilets in general are very clean, well kept. I was pleasantly surprised.
Very, very good service. Well done
ship.
to you.
Very, very, very good.
Experienced seasickness. I did actually experience for the first time. But it was just for the first day. But I believe it depends from people anyways. I believe for us, it was our first time. So we experienced for the second day or first day?
It was just when you're at... on the day that you're scheduled to be out on sea only, like there's no stops, then it was a bit rocky. But we spoke to a gentleman that he said it was only that time, and he hasn't seen the weather like that in a while. And it's not that the weather was horrible, it was just rocking quite a bit. But
so people sometimes trying to stand. I feel so sorry for the elderlies because it's a bit hard for them to have balance. So we just had to go to to our cabin and just like lay down and just chill.
I will say, just to add in regards to the services, sorry if the light is changing, the sun's setting, but they did say that if you do lose your towels, you do have to pay like a fee. These are which towels is it? Is it the swimming pool towels? And they also did say that they don't change the bedding of the room if you're only staying for 7 days. Because there's some people that were doing a 2-week trip. So if you were staying for longer, then I think it's something like that like your beddings won't be changed.
There's someone in charge of that corridor. corridor. So you will speak only with that person. That's something that I really like. So you could see always the same people that go into clean. So you will always tell, you know, you are able to tell them, look, can you do this? They already know what you like in that scenario. So some different people. So I actually like, there was only like few people in charge of that corridor. So
and can I just say the entertainment, the singers, right? Hi, Casimiro.
Some singers.
Okay, not all of them. Not all of them. But I would say the foreigners, they were the best performers in my personal opinion. Like, they had the singers top, really, really nice. We went to one show on a Broadway show, and that was actually very decent. There was one gentleman that was a very, very good singer. I don't know his name, but I know he's English. One gentleman that's a really, really good singer. I'll show you him on the screen and circle him. And yeah, really, really good. They have a lot of activities throughout the day in the ship. You will not get bored. They have, if you take a look there, I think I took a picture of the how it is. Like one day before, they already put in your room the schedule for the next day, where you're going to stop, what time we arrive, what time we're going to leave that spot. But throughout the day, what are the activities throughout the whole ship, and they try to cater to everyone's liking. Of course, they will never please everyone, but they do try to do that. The day before, we had to leave our suitcase in front of our room by 1 a.m. 1 a.m.
1 a.m. yeah.
Latest 1 a.m. on 1 a.m. on the day that we're about to leave, right? So latest 1 a.m. from on that day, in front of our rooms, because they were going to take it to an allocated place, because we had to leave the room by 8 a.m. However, we didn't have to leave the ship, so we had access to everything else, food, facility. You have access to everything. But you just have to leave the rooms because they're getting ready for the other people that are coming in.
And they give you a label as well with colors.
Yeah, they give you labels, you write your name, everything is there. You leave the room, you go about your business, because the coach to take us to the airport was only at 4 o'clock because our flight was at 8. So you had the rest of the day to go and do whatever you wanted. You could go in, you can go out of the ship as many times as you want, as long as you were scanning your card. So just so that you are aware, if you want to extend your stay in the room until later on, you can, but I believe the only option was 2 days before. It was 2 days before, I believe, that you were able to request, but they had limited spots available so that they can extend it. So just keep that in mind. And then when we were ready to go to the airport, because everyone was getting on the same coach, they had the allocated place where we would just walk and we'll go and say, oh, where's our suitcase? You get it, and then you get on the coach with your suitcase. And that was that about the last day, no? And the services. But
yeah, so I think this video is a bit long, so I think we'll stop from here, and then we're probably gonna make a video just speaking about the stops, where we speak about the countries and everything. So thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate, put that in the comments and we'll answer all of them. Thank you very much. Bye.